Hello, I'm author Denise Turney, and I want to welcome you to our Chistel, CHISTELL.com YouTube channel. So, what is today's Chistel.com YouTube show about? Today's show is about book marketing through writers groups. And when I mean by writers groups, I'm not talking just by like a social media, Facebook writers group. I'm talking about where a group of writers have come together with a single commitment to help to gain more exposure for each other's work. No writer can guarantee they can help sell another writer's book. But although a more influential New York Times best-selling author probably could get a little more oomph out of that than somebody who's just new to the industry. But these are writers who are committed. They're not going to take advantage of each other. They're not looking to get access to each other's social media followers so they can just market to those people. These writers have a mindset that is not selfish. It is not a selfish mindset. They realize that coming together as a group, they will gain more than if they do this separately. And actually, major brands take advantage of this. They do it all the time. They will cross sell. You will see people in sales with major companies having lunch with competitors. They do this stuff for a reason. So, as an author, I think it is time for writers to not be so selfish. Even when you start a writers group, and I have on Facebook, and you do it to share writers conferences and book tips. Sometimes all writers want to do is push out the cover of their book, or that it's for free, or how much it costs. This selfishness is going to end up perhaps hurting your sales. So, book sales through writer marketing groups. Again, these are writers who are committed to helping to gain each other more exposure. So, that's a top thing I wanted to say. In order to work, the writers have got to be committed to get not only to get their own books exposure, but other writers. And these writers might be in the minimum, but I think they can pack a wallop. So other members, they guarantee that they're going to share each other's books on each other's social media platforms, and I'll give you some other areas, a minimum number of times. So they have to hit that minimum, whether it's one time a day, two, three times a day. They're all going to do it. They should have a similar number of followers. So you don't want somebody with 100,000 followers teamed up with somebody who only has 200 followers. Unless those 200, again, could be very influential people. Uh, so they're going to market on social media sites. They make comment and market on each other's YouTube and Vimeo videos and share those videos with their followers. Blogs, they may go on book blog tours on each other's sites when a new book is released, whether it's through video, whether it's through feature interviews, whether it's through sharing blogs and pushing them out and marketing them to each other's followers and supporters. They could also do radio announcements like I do off the shelf radio, and I interview other authors on there. I have very little airtime for myself on off the shelf, and been doing it for almost 13 years. It's almost totally dedicated to another author, the whole hour that I'm on there. Um, but so mentioning another author's book on off the shelf would be an example of a writer's marketing group. Book reviews, really reading the book like a reader, and then giving an honest review of the book. Word of mouth, telling somebody, if another author's writings you really like, telling somebody I like their book. Like I love Gwendolyn Brooks' writing. I love Joyce Carol Oates' writing. It doesn't take anything away from me to say that. And I still love A Prayer for Owen Meany. Owen Meany is still one of my favorite John Irvine books. I like Nicholas Sparks' writing. I could go on and on and on with different people whose work I really appreciate. J. California Cooper. It doesn't take anything from me as a writer to say that I appreciate their work. So being in a writers group where writers would say this is really a good book, it doesn't take anything from the author to say that. But so that's that word of mouth. And then gift bags. So let's say I'm going to a writers conference or a big festival, and I reach out to the members of my writers group and say, do you have any giveaways that you want me to include in the bag? and I could include those in the bag. Telling each other about upcoming writing events. Me and an author friend from New Jersey used to do that all the time. Tell each other about events. Hey, you going and you want to share a table? So those are ways to not only help market and get you more exposure, but you can also build friendships. So that I hopefully will see more of those writers groups, and they'll have to be for writers who are serious about helping other writers gain exposure and not just focus solely on themselves. It might be a differentiator, and that would be a very good thing going forward. So I encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel because I don't just support myself, but other writers. And in several different ways, whether it's through the book lovers having or off the shelf. I don't give myself too much airtime on those. So I would do encourage you again to subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep up with our tips and our marketing advice. And I hope you go out and get a copy of my book, Love Pour Over Me. It's in ebook or in print format. And I'll see you back here next week on our Chisel.com YouTube channel. Bye for now.